record too. So again, I want to welcome you to our 5 Ways to a Leaner You webinar. I want to talk to you a little bit. Here's how we're going to kind of format it. I'm going to talk to you a little bit who we are, and then what my story is. I want to talk about my story, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about the 5 ways to a leaner you, and then I'm going to offer some potential steps for you out of this, which should be great and be helpful. And I think it'll be a quick 30-minute or so call. So we'll probably be out of here by 9:35 for those of you guys in Eastern time zone. So again, welcome. I want to tell you a little bit about who we are. I am a Beachbody coach. I am part of a company called Beachbody. You may probably be aware of them. They have programs that are they're most famous for things like P90X, Insanity, different programs like that, or at-home workout programs that many of you probably seen infomercials. If you're getting through late night TV, you'll definitely see one of our infomercials at this point. So just that's kind of the company is so much bigger than just the workouts. There's a lot of nutritional supplies and things we do, and there's really a network of coaches who are out to help people get great results. And if you even just get on a minute and you were to get onto YouTube and search the words Beachbody transformations or transformation, you would see so many people that have just literally lost hundreds, and the collective is thousands, tons of fat, tons of pounds, just getting in better shape and being the best versions of themselves over the years of the Beachbody's existence. We've been around for quite a while, and it's been really neat to see that part of it. So we're Beachbody coaches, just kind of let you know that a little bit in front. You can see these pictures here. You get a chance to go down to Disney as a reward, part of a reward strip. You can see the workout with Shaun T from Insanity. He's in the background there. You can see the Epcot ball, and then got a chance to visit Vegas a few times and different things like that, and on some cruises and things like that. Those are kind of fun. But all of that to say, I'm really encouraged by the company that I'm part of, and the fact that we can help offer different solutions. And that's part of the reason why I'm here, is that I really want to offer you value. I want to offer you value tonight. So before we get into the value, I want to talk to you a little bit about my story. This is my dad. I posted a picture earlier this week. He would have turned 81 years old this week. This picture of us back in a good day. We're at a lake and hanging out. And so my dad basically was a type 2 diabetic for about 35 years of his life. And he ended up having quite a few complications in the last 10 years of his life. And if you've seen, I do have a transformation video that you can check out on Let's Go-fitness.com. That's right on the front page there if you want to check out the full story on this. But I'll tell you a little bit about it. So my dad passed away back in 2008, about 6 years, almost 6.5 years ago at this point. And Dan, some are having a hard time hearing you, okay? Just make sure your sound is on. Make sure you've got anything unmuted, and that you're connected to the audio part of the chat. Okay, so there are audio settings. If you look for the thing, if you're on a phone or something like that, there's an audio little speaker looking thing. Or if you're on a computer, there should be a spot when you first turned on the thing. Yep. And others might need to mute your microphone. Yeah, that would be probably a great idea. Actually, I can do that, I think. Let me see. Hide. Yeah, manage participants, 14. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I'm going to mute all. There we go. How's that? I can hear other. Now they are not, you can't hear them. So we'll be good. Let's see. There's a test button. Your audio. Yep. Had to say one setting and then my sound work. I had to change one setting. Very good. Melody. So good, folks. If you can check those instructions. There we good. Awesome. Linda, we got you. Okay. So my dad, 35-year battle with type 2 diabetes, like I said, and then we've got so the last 10 years were pretty tough and having an issue, major issues with complications due to the diabetes. So he lost circulation in his legs. He ended up getting an amputation of one of his legs. And the strokes were the thing that were the big deal for me as I watched my dad those last 10 years, particularly the strokes kind of took him out mentally. And because the way diabetes works is that, you're often are prone to strokes. And so circulation is affected. And so strokes will happen. And so I saw my dad kind of whittle away. And by the end of his life, he was just kind of a fraction of himself. And so at that point, I decided, there was a point where I had to make a decision because I was going down the same road myself. I had a lot of food issues that I was kind of dealing with, and I had kind of a sweet tooth, big time chocoholic, and would grab lots of things when people weren't looking, and kind of just like, hey, I'm just going to grab it. No one's really looking. But ultimately, it was causing my health to go downhill and more. And so I came to a point when I was looking at Plato's Closet. I was looking in the mirror. I was getting Plato's Closet is a clothing store here locally. And looking at a mirror, going to try on a new shirt. And I took off my shirt and I looked at myself over in the mirror, and I looked and I saw my dad. And I said, you know what? Wow, I don't know if I can go on like this. Not just for me, but then I realized what I would potentially then be putting my wife through if I didn't make better choices from that point on. Because I saw what my dad's disease did to my mom over time. She had to take him to so many doctor's appointments, bandage so many wounds, and live in an existence that was kind of not what they had all planned. So that last 10 years of his life, they were hoping they're going to travel, they were going to do all these crazy things, all this fun stuff, that you sort of save till retirement. But guess what? He just didn't have the energy, didn't have the mobility to be able to do it all. So he sat home a lot and did a lot of crossword puzzles and watched a lot of TV and barely got out. And that for me is not acceptable. And so I had to make a change. I had to make a difference, or I needed to make a difference in my life. So I found a program called P90X, and you guys would maybe know the guy, Tony Horton, and I started working out with him. In the very beginning, I couldn't do anything. I could hardly work out. I could hardly get anything done. I was able to maybe do one total pull-up in the beginning, which was pretty crazy. And he told me to do 50 of them. And I was like, what the heck? So anyway, over some time, of course, I made some progress. And I ended up finding a Beachbody coach and who helped me make some great progress towards my goals. And you can kind of see my story out of transformation. So back at that point before my transformation, I was about 168 and my body fat was way up in the 20s. And then I was able to cut quite a bit of that in that and this is just about a 90, this is about, let's see, a 120-day transformation right there, guys. So I was able to drop quite a bit of weight, and particularly, guys, the big number there isn't so much the number of the pounds, but the body fat percentage is a big deal, okay? And the thing is, we're not just about to lose weight because really, honestly, who cares what the poundage looks like as long as you are feeling and looking the way you want to, right? And that's what we did. I lost a ton of body fat, and I converted a lot of body fat weight to muscle weight. And so it's definitely possible. And with hard work and a little bit of dedication and also a good support system, you can get there as well. So today we're going to talk a little bit about a few tips that might help you in that direction. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe you're at a plateau. Maybe you're at a spot where you're like, hey, I kind of hear Dan's story, or maybe my family history is similar to Dan's, and I have to make a choice that's different. And I'm kind of sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so it's time for me to do something differently. So for whatever reason why you're here, I'm glad you're here. And we're really here to help you, like I said, become the best version of you possible. Because I believe that God made you for a special purpose and made you on purpose and for a purpose. And that you can then ultimately maximize this, and you will be maximize your potential, and you'll be in great shape to be used moving forward. Let's see, what's good body fat percentage for women? Yeah, there is if you easily Googled, you can find that real quick. There's a lot of charts that have it specifically. Particularly, there is one by AccuMeasure. It's a body fat caliper, and a good little caliper that you can get for about $5 from Amazon. That comes with a chart, and it also gives you that measuring tool to use as well, Jane. So that's good. All right, so 5 ways to a leaner you. Very good. Here's number one. This is going to be some of them are very simple and like, oh my gosh, like really, Dan? That's as good as you got? But then a few will be a little bit more educational. But some of these are going to be probably more reminders, and then others will be a little bit more education. So here we go. To a leaner you, eat more lean protein. Now, studies show that most Americans get drastically less, at least 50% less of the lean protein that they need to get on a regular basis, okay? But what ends up happening is we either don't eat protein or we eat fatty protein. So a lot of beef in that, and you can see in this, the picture here, we've got fish, we got chicken. There is a little bit of beef, but you can see there's not much marbleization to that beef, so it's very, very lean. So things like if you're gonna go the beef route, you gotta go flank steaks. And of course the price goes up when you get that. And then it's also not quite as tender sometimes. So you have to kind of take care of the way you prepare it. You've also got your legumes and your beans, your lentils and things like that will give you some good protein as well. And of course, eggs are fantastic. That's an every morning thing for me. So eat more lean protein. If you need to know how much lean protein you need, this is a really great source, and you can write this down. It's www.proteinsmart.kashi, like the cereal.com. Fantastic calculator, gives you the options, and it asks like how active you are, how much, of course, your gender and things like that. And then you input that all in there, and it'll kick out how much protein you should be getting in on a regular or on a daily basis. And it's pretty cool. It's a real handy website, so you might want to check that out. Okay, so that's number one. Eat more lean protein. And of course, it's important to prepare it properly. So if you so you get your chicken and you deep fry it and you batter it up and everything, probably not the best thing. So please prepare it well as well. Grilling is great, obviously, and kind of low fat ways of doing things like that. And a little bit of marinades that aren't super high in salt are great as well. All right, number two, strength workouts to a leaner you. Now, some people think it's all about cardio. And it's just like, man, I just got a cardio to death, and I'm just gonna only do because that's what's gonna lean me out. So they just get on the treadmill or they get on the elliptical and they just go. And they wonder after a while, oh, man, I've plateaued. I don't know what the deal is. What am I not? How come I'm not, losing more or whatever, things like that. Because here's the truth. I'll get to your question in just a second, Melody. With strength workouts, you are building more muscle mass. Now, here's the thing, ladies. I don't freak you out about this, or you don't need to freak out, because some ladies go, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get so bulked up, and I'm gonna look like Starla from Napoleon Dynamite. It's gonna be awful. It's okay. It's not gonna happen. Trust me. Unless you're doing anabolic steroids or taking some kind of growth hormones or testosterone, you aren't gonna bulk up. It's physically impossible. You do not have the DNA or the mix of hormones in you to make that happen. So don't stress out about strength workouts about making you huge, okay? But what happens is, as you are gaining strength in your workouts and using resistance workouts to build lean muscle mass, you are becoming then a fat burning machine, okay? Because more muscle burns more fat. So as you add that lean muscle onto your body, whether that's your core, whether that's your arms, your legs, you're doing some workout with that. And there's all kinds of workouts that we can get you. You've got my total body workout online, free ones, and there's ones we're going to present a little bit later. But lots of different workouts that can help you get some good strength resistance training to your bodies. Now, especially if you are over 40, you absolutely, positively, I'm just saying this, do it. Do the strength workouts, particularly ladies. If you want to avoid osteoporosis in your later years, you want to keep your heart health up, that's great. Also, guys, making sure that you're keeping that muscle mass. You will lose that so fast because your testosterone level starts dropping, and then you will not be able to build it up as fast as you did when you were 20 or 30, and you go, oh man, I used to work out, so I'm an idiot. But so do it now, and then you'll be able to maintain that mass a little bit more versus having to try to build as your body's working against you by producing less of testosterone. Okay. Melody, your question real quick, back to the first one. So how do you have to vary the type of lean protein you eat? Generally, I don't think necessarily so. Yeah, probably a little bit of variety is good, but I know guys, and I know specifically some guys, literally they make their meals so boring. It's chicken and rice and broccoli. Chicken and rice and broccoli, lean chicken, rice. I mean, it's over and over and over repeat. So, and they are amazing. And they've, maybe a little bit of fish in there, things like that, particularly that with the omega-3s, because you're going to get some good healthy fats along with that. with some of your fish that you get in, or some salmon, things like that. But yeah, that would be me. There you go. Awesome. So not a whole lot of variety. I tend to tell people to eat boring when they're trying to lean out, because it really can help take away some of the complication of food prep. Okay. Very simple one. Cut process number 3, cut processed simple carbs. This whole table is full of them. Okay. So it's your processed pastas, ramen noodles, even though everybody loves the convenience of them, and they're salty, they're really not good for you. There's so much processing that goes on in most of these foods here. Generally, and here's what I've seen happen over the time that I've kind of been more health-minded. I'm buying by far less things from a box and more things in like bags that are like so fresh stuff. Okay, so I'm buying less packaged, prepackaged kind of stuff, and that it like most of it's coming from a natural state. So kind of the rule of thumb is if it I'm sorry for you vegetarians, I know Emily you're a vegetarian, but you're have been. If it doesn't have a mama, okay, and if it doesn't grow out of the ground, that's a sign that it's probably not the best for you. Okay, so there's a lot of foods, mac and cheese does not have a mama. Just got to say, there's not a mama mac and cheese, cow that like instantly produces that. So please watch that, and that might be a good thing for you to watch. Also, be careful to try to cut your sugar. And that's also another simple carb that can really just take you out really fast, because it spikes your blood sugar level, which then ultimately gives you excess insulin in your system. Now, here's the deal about insulin. So as your body's trying to process the sugar that just got put into your body, so you eat a Krispy Kreme donut, and you get that sugar rush, right? You get that bam, and it hits it. So your body goes, it's like kind of the Star Trek thing, Captain, we don't have enough power, so I got to put more insulin. And say, I don't have any more, give me more, Scotty. But anyway, so this insulin gets pumped in your system, and it's trying to fight all that sugar. Now, here's the thing. It ultimately pumps in so much very quickly, because it feels that rush of that then it does actually process that Krispy Kreme, and then there's leftover insulin. And that leftover insulin is looking for something to digest, okay? And that's where it tends to start attacking your muscles, which is not good. And it also can trigger hunger cravings at that point. And guess what you then do? Anyone who dare want to type it into the chat? What happens when your insulin is waiting there for food? What do? You eat more. Oh, thank you very much, Melody. Yes, you eat more, and you particularly eat the things that are going to be like the sugary kind of stuff that insulin just ate. So you ate a Krispy Kreme donut. You may not crave the Krispy Kreme donut right away, but it's generally going to be pretty high, quick sugar kind of a thing. Okay, so avoid that sugar, and you'll be really in good shape. All right, number 4, HIIT workouts. Yes, eat more sweets. Vicious cycle. Yeah. HIIT workouts, high intensity interval training. For those of you who, I got some of you guys in here who have taken my Insanity class. That's one that I highly, highly recommend. But even if you can't do a full out like Insanity class, if you don't have that kind of mobility or ability, but HIIT workouts are basically these. These are some examples of it. Insanity's one, Les Mills Grid is one, there's Tabata classes, things like that. But you can find stuff on your own. And if you Google even a thing called, thank you. Google a thing called Mercola, MERCOLA, Peak 8s. And this is basically it's a simple form, and I could just tell you real fast. It's warm up for 2 minutes, 30-second sprint in whatever you do. So it could be pedaling a bike, it could be running, it could be doing jumping jacks, it could be anything to get your heart rate up, okay? 1 minute, 30-second recovery, and then you repeat that 30-second and 1 minute, 30-second recovery up to 8 times. And then you have a cool down of 2 minutes. I'll put it in here real quick. So it's called Mercola Peak 8s. Sorry. There we go. So if you take a look at that and you Google that, you'll be easy to find it. There's a video. He shows a guy doing it on a bike, a stationary bike kind of a thing. I found jumping jacks work great. Also, switch kicks, if you're kind of like you're just kind of kicking your feet up off the ground, but standing, get your heart rate up pretty quickly. And that's a really cool thing. And you can do as fast as you can for that 30 seconds, and then you recover at about 70% effort. And that's a great fat burning tool that you can add. So you can even do like just 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes of that, in addition to maybe what you're normally doing if you want to really try to shred out. That's a great addition to it. Or if you're doing a full-out insanity workout, you'll get a whole bunch of that. Now, and the whole point about HIIT workouts is that you're going to process fat over a 14-hour period following your workout versus more of an aerobic style workout where you're just doing like, okay, I'm pedaling kind of slow on a bike, or it's a constant run or a jog. That's not going to burn fat. Okay, it's going to get your heart rate up, but it's not going to really burn fat. So you need to get that heart rate up in order to burn your fat, and that's what what we really want to try to. That's why you're here. It looks like because this is the name of the webinar. So what happens is that it's called during a HIIT workout, you get what's called an EPOC effect. It's excessive post-workout oxygen consumption, and that's that 14 to even up to 20 hours. Some studies have shown that your body is still metabolizing and burning calories from that workout, which is really, really great. And you burn fat, not muscle, during this, which is really pretty cool. So it's a great style of that because you're not going the long and slow kind of can ultimately burn muscle at points because your body's still looking for energy, where this is just, it's a shorter hit. And then you're gonna, it'll burn the right thing, it'll burn fat. Number 3 is it increases your metabolism. So over time, which is great, then you're gonna actually be, when you are fueling your body, you can actually eat a little bit more, which is kind of a cool, not that you're gonna overdo it on that, but the point is your metabolism would be up. So you can handle those things when you are getting, you say you want to do a Super Bowl party or whatever, then you're like, oh, hey, my body can handle it a little bit better. Okay. Now, the 5th one, and this is, I think, a very key one that a lot of us miss, is it's called getting your 30 micronutrients daily. Hold on, let me get a quick drink. So, micronutrient. Now you can say it. Do you know what it means? Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about 30 micronutrients, okay? So real fast. Micronutrients, they're needed in small amounts, but their deficiency leads to critical health problems, okay? In fact, most of the diseases and conditions that people face today are due to deficiency of micronutrients. So your macronutrients, just so you know, those are your proteins, your carbs, and your fats, okay? That's the 3 macro groups. When you say macros, that's what we mean. Micros, different whole set of things. And this is kind of interesting. World Health Organization says that we ensure elimination of micronutrient deficiency. Labor efficiency will increase multifold, which basically means we're going to be more effective in our work environments and healthier ultimately in the long run, and less healthcare costs, all this kind of stuff. So micronutrients, here's a list of them. Your vitamin A, B, C, D, E, K, and carotenoids. And then you've got a whole bunch of minerals there. You can kind of read that on the list, and then some organic acids. Now, here's the tricky thing. That it is very, very difficult to get all of that in on a day because it takes a great deal of effort to be able to get all of those things in our normal eating. And especially the fact that our food supply, and you guys probably understand this, because of just the way we do our farming, is that the plants that were grown back in 1912 had a lot more natural nutrients in them just because of the fact that our population was less and we weren't like kind of over farming our land. So nowadays it's harder for us to get the nutrients into our bodies. Okay. That's why it's really important, especially when we say like kind of locally grown and organic is a great way of getting those nutrients now, especially during winter time where we are in the Midwest, that can be a problem. So, and I'm just going to ask you this quick question. So, do you ever struggle with food cravings? Do you ever struggle with mental fog, irritable mood, sluggish energy? Any of these things? Do you struggle with these things? And so here's the deal. There's a thing I call the diet cycle. So when people get on a diet, they start a diet, and then about 10 to 14, and they reduce their calories, and they're adding some exercise to it. Then about 10 to 14 days in, they become micronutrient deficient, okay? Because you're eating less, and you're not getting, and you're working harder, and you start to feel bad, Okay, it's right around that 10-day mark. I work with people all the time on this. They hit that 10 days, and that's where I've got so many people will just start, they'll fall off the wagon, fall off the wagon, fall off the wagon, because they're not taking care of those micronutrients in their bodies. Okay, often. Temptation starts to hit in, then it's like, hey, I'm just going to grab that cookie, or hey, I'm going to have that extra whatever, just to give me more energy or whatever. And then ultimately, then they have guilt and they feel hope because, oh man, I screwed up. And then they like completely fall off the wagon. And then the whole cycle continues. Then 2 months later, they go, oh man, I guess I should get back up on the horse, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So quick study here. We're going a little bit long, so I'm apologize. We might be going 5-10 minutes late, but hopefully we'll give you some good value here. It's found that so 100% sufficiency for you to get all of the micronutrients, okay, in your body. So it's 27 essentials in this. 30 were on that other list there. And it depends. Some studies show 27, some show up to 30. It's a number that's between 27 or 25 to 30 is depending on the studies that you see. Micronutrients are only when daily, let me read that again. It was found that 100% sufficiency was possible for all 27 essential micronutrients. Check this out. When daily caloric intake requirement averaged, take a look, 27,575 calories. Got it? So you're checking this out. So we've got this whole thing of 27 micronutrients possible to get those in only when you're eating about 27,000 calories a day, which is about 10 times anybody's diet, if not more. Okay? So, and even diets plans using whole foods alone on average, you can see this, we're deficient still in micronutrients by about 56%. So you might be a smoothie person. You go, hey man, I'd love to just make my own smoothie, and I love to pop in some, whey protein. I pop in some spinach and, some chia seeds and some things like that. And that's great. That's all great. I love it. I love the fact they taste awesome. They're great. But here's the deal. Most people, because unless you have pretty much the whole health food store, you're not going to get all the micronutrients that you need. Okay. And so the fact is that we are a micronutrient deficient society. And this is where I get to the place of as a Beachbody coach. And this is part of the reason why I joined Beachbody in the first place. Because I tried another company. I'll just be honest. I tried another company. I'm not going to mention it. But I tried another company. And I was hopeful that I was going to get some great results with that. I wanted them. So I ended up going with Beachbody because of this particular product and the fact that there's some great workouts, but because of Shakeology. So Shakeology is a once a day meal replacement shake that we use that has a ton of prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, and you're going to get some protein and amino acids mixed in with that. You're going to get all your vitamins and minerals. You're going to get a whole blend of superfoods with red and blue ones, which give you your antioxidants. Again, I said I was a recovering chocoholic. I believe that Shakeology has cured me from that, and it's the truth. I don't crave sweets. Green superfoods, which are your phytonutrients, which help help your immune system stay good and healthy, and then adaptogen herbs, which can tend to fight free radicals and we can't say that it cures cancer or something like that, but those type of things that fight free radicals tend to help people avoid cancer. Okay, so that's a great thing. So all of that in to one shake per day. And it's fantastic. And it's a natural whole foods based shake that we like to use. Okay. So maybe you felt frustrated with weight. You're tired of feeling blah, sick of trying diets that don't work, working out hours per week without seeing results, disappointed in how you look. You can kind of see the list here. Maybe so you're low on energy. You just don't have motivation. And, truthfully, like me, sometimes I really didn't even know where to start. And I just needed to be confident in some kind of a system that I knew would work for me and would work with my schedule on my terms, where I didn't have to necessarily go someplace and try to compete with other people and be worried necessarily, all that kind of stuff. So I needed something that was going to work for me. And maybe you tried like a personal trainer, at $50 an hour, maybe even up to $95 an hour. A nutritionist, $30 an hour, boot camp for 5 days. Depends on where you're located. They can be crazy expensive just for someone, just kind of your personal trainer for 5 days. Join a gym, you can spend anywhere from $10 to $120 a month, and you don't have a whole lot of direction. Or Weight Watchers, depends on what you're doing there, okay? And so What will it cost you, though, at this point if you don't change? So I've always said this is that maybe it's, especially if you don't change your health, and maybe if you don't change yourself, financially, emotionally, physically, socially, if you're not able to change, what's that going to do to your spirit? Okay. And part of the thing is I think sometimes what we do is we go, oh, I just need to try harder. I have the system. I know what I'm supposed to do. I just got to try harder. No, I didn't stick to it. I just didn't stick to it. Here's the thing, guys. I'm just going to say to you, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's the system that you're using. Maybe it's the formula that you're trying. So trying something different sometimes can really make a big difference in this. So do something different and empower yourself by trying something new. And so we want to invite you to try something new. If you've never tried this before, we'd like to ask you. So you're invited to a challenge that starts on the 23rd of February. It's called the 21-Day Fix. We use a program by Beachbody. It's a great one. It's been out for about a year, called the 21-Day Fix. And here's basically what you get with it. You can kind of see the whole picture here of things real quick. You look at that. But basically, you get a personal coach with you that helps you. You get 30 days of Shakeology, which is the shake that we talked about. So you get 30 days single, one shake per day. A simple nutrition plan that gives you specifically portion control. And if you saw those portion control containers there, those are the things you use that kind of keep you on a food budget, okay? And then you have, Beachbody workout that you do at home, and those are workouts that are multiple. So you got a different workout every day for each of the 7 days of the week, and you do that 3 times, which is pretty fun. And you get it done in this gal, Autumn. You can see in the picture. She's amazing, a great motivator, and a great trainer. You get workout buddies in a private Facebook group that go with you, tons of support. If you do complete the program, you get a free t-shirt. Why not? You get a free t-shirt. Has anybody gotten a free t-shirt by completing the program in here? Go ahead and shout that out in the chat. That'd be cool. And then there can be cash prizes. We've had several people on our team win up to $500 up to $1,000 for their transformations, and it's been pretty cool to see that happen. Okay. If you're interested in signing up for more information, we're not asking you to commit, but we're asking you to just sign up for more information. How do you sign up? You go on to letsgo-fitness.com /21-day challenge. And the first 3 people to sign up are going to get a free Shakeology Shaker Cup, no matter or not whether you actually sign up for the program. Okay? So if you just go in there and you sign up, and we'll follow up with you, the first 3 people to do that, we're going to give you a free Shakeology Shaker Cup that you can use for protein shakes, you can use for Shakeology, or whatever. We've got those, and they're actually very, very good quality compared to a lot of the ones that I've used in the past. I like these without the ball on the bottom. It just makes it easier for cleanup. Okay? So your coach will be in contact with you. So those of you who have other coaches other than me, if you know somebody of that, they will help you. So just, again, letsgo-fitness.com /21-day challenge. If you look even at letsgo-fitness.com, yes, so there is a gluten-free version. Now, here's the thing, Jane. It's technically not certified gluten-free because there are, in some of the facilities, there are some, because we're dealing with third world things. When you go for a thing like a maca root, you're going to these like far off regions where we can't certify it gluten-free because of some of the regions. So it's in the facility. Nothing is in the actual inherent nature of it, but the facilities themselves, there might be a little bit of, again, but most products have to say that if they don't have it all locally produced, like here in America. And that's what we feel that a lot of the great adaptogens and some of the herbs and the roots that we're getting are so valuable to have from foreign countries that we're willing to take the cut on that. So that's kind of what that is. Quickly, Jeanette's story, real fast here, guys. This is my friend Jeanette. She's down 15. She was down, did 21 days, was down 15 pounds in 2 pant sizes. She's making great progress. This lady is a hard worker, and she's just stirring it up. That's really fantastic. My good friend Catherine, former student of mine, which is kind of fun, got mom abs. And this is just 21 days, guys. She kind of feeling like loose in the core area. And look at those abs, man. She just totally nailed it in 21 days. And I'm not just saying, again, it's not all about just being physical, but I do want you to see that these things, this actually works. And it's not just like some hooey that's like, what is this guy trying to get to tell us about? My wife, Lisa, check out the pants. Okay? Check out the pants. Look at this. lost 10 pounds, and she lost 6.5 inches, and she went down from a size 6 down to a size 2 using the 21-day fix program. That was just 21 days. And my wife didn't have a whole lot necessarily to lose, but she lost it. I'm just saying, gentlemen, she lost it in the right places. She did. I don't know. Sorry for too much on that, but it's the truth. She lost it where she really wanted to. She was like kind of the bottom of the booty is where she had it, and then just a little bit in her abdomen area. So it was exactly what she wanted. And it was really, really great. So with this, once again, you get the coach, you get the Shakeology, you get the nutrition plan, you get the workouts at home, you get even a bonus DVD, okay? So bonus, you get the first, like I said, the first 3 to sign up, you get a Shakeology Shaker Cup, exclusive recipe guide for joining the webinar, okay? And then also a bonus workout DVD for purchasing through a coach. You get an additional workout that's a DVD when you would purchase through a coach versus then just going online and purchasing something off of Beachbody.com, okay? Because we really believe that we want to kind of help you, support you in your journey, okay? You're probably interested in price, so I'm going to do that real fast here. Normally, this bundle, when you put Shakeology with all of this stuff, is over $200, okay? And that's sort of how that would work on a normal basis. You buy those things separately. But this month, guys, it's pretty cool. It's on sale. And I'm not saying that just because it's like the thing, but it literally is. It's on sale this month. Part of the reason is there's a new program that Autumn Calabrese, the creator of this, did. It's called 21 Day Fix Extreme. It's a new program that she just put out, which is even more extreme. So some of you who maybe have done 21 Day Fix, if you've done it, if you want to do 21 Day Fix Extreme, it might take you up a level, which should be pretty cool. Okay? So it's on sale this month, and it's just for $140. Now, here's the deal. That runs about... You're running about $4 or so per day, okay, in order to make some progress, because you're actually going to get 30 days of supply of Shakeology, and you got the 21-day fix that you can use multiply after that. So some people do turn the 21-day fix into a 42-day fix or even a 63-day fix. There you go. Very good. So you can do it. There are people who've done it multiple times and gotten some really, really great results. And if you can kind of look that up on YouTube, 21-day fix, results, oh my gosh, tons of people with some great stuff. So it's a pretty good deal, and then that $140 includes free shipping, and that does give you a meal each day. Just got to remind you that, guys. It's a meal each day that you're getting when you get Shakeology, and it's not just a protein shake, it's not just a diet shake, it's actually getting you a balanced meal each day, and it's my daily dose of dense nutrition that provides my foundation, and it really helped me. Honestly, guys, I did P90X and Insanity for a full year before using Shakeology, and once I started using it, within that 120 days, that's when, bam, I lost my 20 pounds. Prior to that, I only lost about 5 or 6 pounds. Now, granted, I was probably doing some fat conversion, weight conversion to muscle, but that's what ended up happening. So just want to encourage you that Shakeology is a great resource, especially if you're just trying to get started and get rolling, and you want to get some good progress soon, because nothing motivates like progress. If you do have questions, we would love to answer those now. I'll kind of hang out for here for a few minutes, just on the chat, and we can answer any questions that would be helpful. But I do definitely thank you for coming. So I want to say thank you. And again, it's letsgo-fitness.com/21day challenge, and you'll get that free, if you fill that out, we'll get you that free Shakeology Shaker Cup no matter what. If you sign up just to register to get more information. Okay? Simple form that you can fill out, and we'd love to help you take next steps. Awesome. I hope this was helpful. So I'll go back to questions if anybody has them. Take a couple minutes here. Anybody? Awesome. Very good. Oh, the workout. Yeah, very good. So the workouts are only 30 minutes, which is really, really great. So your 30 minutes are very handy, and you get a whole variety of them. So you get everything from cardio workouts to strength workouts to Pilates and yoga. You have to do it every day for the 21 days, yes. The thing is, you get a recovery day with the yoga. It's very restorative, which is great. And Pilates is also a little bit pulled back in terms of that. So if you're going to make progress, it is a thing we'd like to try to have you do for the 21 day. You're kind of just doing it for a sprint there. Yeah. a P90 program. Yes, that's a good point. So some guys, particularly, I would say that as well. Yeah, I'll talk to my friend Scott about that. But so the P90 program is a great program that you can actually use the 21-day fix containers with. So basically, I mean, here's the deal. Shakeology can give you this. Yeah, I'll get you in a second about that, Kathy. So Shakeology is effectively pretty close to that 140 on its own retail price. Now, some people are coaches, and you can get a discount price based on that, and no pressure to sell, anything like that. But it can get you a discounted price. But to get this 21-day fix program, you're basically when you bundle it together with Shakeology, you're getting the 21-day fix program for about $3. Okay, is what the effective cost savings is in that. So it's really a good deal, especially if you do have the P90 program. Yeah, P90 is a fantastic program, which is great. Got a lot of people on that. Kathy, regarding the shakes, there's a ton of recipes. Most people haven't found the best recipe that they like that really makes it kind of work for them. Sometimes that could be mixing with almond milk, or mixing with you can do soy milk. I don't know if you're a soy person, but like almond milk. Sometimes even doing like coffee with it can be a cool add for depending on the flavor you get. So you can do chocolate with a little bit of coffee in there. So that's pretty cool. And that gives like kind of a mocha-y flavor. Yeah. Absolutely. PB2 and almond milk. I love that with the chocolates. That's kind of like a Reese's deal. Also, we can blend it up and do like a little bit of banana with that too. That's another option. It's good. How intense are the workouts for someone who, like me, isn't doing anything else? Now, here's the cool thing about the 21-day fix workouts is that they have a good levels. So within the given workout setting, there are lots of different people that are working out with Autumn, the trainer. And you can sort of follow the person that you need to follow. So there'll be an intensifier, someone who's going to do it like harder and probably like kind of keep up with Autumn. And then there'll be like a middle person, and then there'll be what they call as the modifier. And the modifier then will show you like the basic level of how to get, like, especially take out any kind of impact, intensity with knee stuff, things like that. Yeah. So you're going to need probably a set of small weights. It does include, I believe, a resistance band that comes with it as well. But a set of small weights, even like 5s, maybe maximum up to 8s would be plenty fine. And then like a yoga mat for your yoga, but you don't necessarily, you can do it with a towel, I suppose, but it's $10 to buy a yoga mat, so it's no big deal. And then I always recommend a good pair of shoes. And I always recommend when you're doing at-home workouts is to not do necessarily in running shoes, but to do it more in cross-training shoes. And you can get a decent deal on these. Cross-trainers tend to not be as expensive as running. For whatever reason, the running shoes, like if you go to Finish Line and you look at the running shoe department, they will kill you on stuff. But if you go to like Dick's Sporting Goods, things like that, and look for cross-trainers, sometimes you can find them somewhere around $40 to $50 as opposed to like over the $100 mark, which is a lot of the things. So cross trainers, which give you the lateral support, so you're protecting your knees. Good. So we had intensity of workouts, shakes. You have plans for someone who has a bad back, like a bulging disc. So Linda, yeah, there's another program that we have that's called PiYo. That's Pilates Yoga. That might be a really good one to help develop your core. So the bulging disc, again, that would be something you want to either chiropractor look at or a physical therapist or something like that to have you look at that. But in terms of strengthening your core, so to develop, because usually the reason for a bad back is often a sign of a weak core, which is the whole band around your whole body from your abs all the way around your back. And if you have that strong core, it will protect your back. So if we can strengthen it in PiYo, it's PiYo, is a great program for that. So, if you are interested in maybe looking at a program like that, we could definitely modify and have you be part of the 21-day challenge with that. That you could do the PiYo program as well. Good. Awesome. Well, guys, any other questions? I'm going to close it out if we don't have any. So thank you for being with us, and look forward to seeing you in the rest part of the group here. You guys are awesome, and have a great night, everybody. Thanks.